Through the early 2010s, the Philadelphia 76ers were in basketball purgatory, being a low-level playoff team but never being able to contend for the NBA Finals. New team ownership knew the franchise needed a change, so they brought in general manager Sam Hinkie to rebuild the team, which resulted in him trading away all the productive players to try to load up on young basketball stars through the draft. Although this was fairly common practice in the NBA, Hinkie was the first GM to openly admit the strategy to the public and executed the strategy to an extreme level by filling the roster with borderline non-NBA players to force losing the most amount of games for 3 seasons. Although the strategy was controversial among Sixers fans and NBA media, a small group of Sixers fans created a cult-like following of Hinkie and supported his strategy. When Sam Hinkie talked about his team-building strategy, he would often refer to it as a process. So his supporters took that and created the phrase, "trust the process," to show their support despite watching horrible basketball season after season. Although Hinkie was fired before his plan came to fruition, the Sixers showed signs of having a talented young core of players and a lot of draft capital, which would eventually lead to wins. As the team started to have winning seasons, more and more fans started jumping on the bandwagon, and "trust the process" became the unofficial rally cry for the team.
They're chanting "trust the process" in a nod to Sam Hinkie, who was the general manager here.
The phrase started as a symbol of hope for a small group of Sixers fans enduring several seasons of losing, and became a rallying cry for a team with one of the best players in the league that consistently has a chance to compete for an NBA Finals trophy. In 2021, the New York Knicks were coming off their first playoff appearance in 7 years, and Knicks fans were getting excited for the season as they hoped the team would improve on the previous season's performance. A New York-based street interview channel interviewed Knicks fans outside of Madison Square Garden before the 2021-2022 home opener. The video had many funny moments, but the phrase that Knicks fans most clung on to was "Bing Bong." This phrase spread like wildfire across the internet and even into the real world. The phrase was not only used by Knicks fans, it was used by the New York Knicks organization when the team won, and other teams in the NBA when they beat the Knicks. Bing Bong had gotten so popular that it even became New York slang that was randomly used in conversation between New Yorkers of all kinds. From the bodega guy to the finance bro, to even the random girl who doesn't even know where the phrase came from or what it means. Some celebrities would even say it at its peak. Although the Knicks didn't have as successful of a season as the year before, the Bing Bong phrase brought the people of New York closer together after a couple years of pandemic-related lockdowns and city-mandated programs that pinned New Yorkers against each other. The Knicks team ended up finishing the season 11th in the Eastern Conference, just out of the play-in games, so the players got to go to Cancun just a little bit early. The phrase hasn't been used as often after that one season, but it had a magical run in New York and within sports culture. After all, it's not about the amount of games you win, it's about the friends that you make along the way. Right, Knicks fans? The Sacramento Kings have been an NBA poverty franchise for over 15 years as they haven't been able to reach the playoffs since 2006. The team has been synonymous with ineptitude, going through 4 general managers and 13 different head coaches throughout that time. Management had made critical draft mistakes and team-building decisions that kept the team from playoff contention for all those years. This was true up until the 2022-2023 NBA season when the team, led by De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, broke the franchise's playoff drought. Despite having an actually well-constructed team, many Kings fans believe that the beam is partially responsible for the team's success over the course of the season. If you follow the NBA at all this season, you definitely saw the Light the Beam meme on social media used as a Kings rally cry. Prior to the start of the season, a purple light beam was installed onto Golden One Center, which is the Kings' home arena, and the idea was that after every win, the stadium would turn on the purple beam and shoot into space in celebration of the victory. The beam was inspired by the LA Angels baseball team lighting up the halo around the Big A in their parking lot after a victory. Luckily for the Kings, fans loved the idea from the beginning of the season, and the Light the Beam phrase only grew in popularity as the Kings kept winning throughout the regular season. Kings players and NBA social media also hopped on the trend to celebrate team wins. Light the Beam made rooting for the Kings to win much more enjoyable, especially considering the team has had losing seasons for so many years. Basically, memes like Trust the Process, Bing Bong, and Light the Beam makes watching the NBA and the particular teams that the memes are used for much more entertaining. It lets fans get more involved with their teams, gives the teams more exposure, and likely increases profits for the NBA, which I'm sure they love. It's a win all around, but it seems like memes based around NBA teams are somewhat rare and only come every few years. I'm sure I missed some other NBA based memes from NBA history, but I think individual franchises and their fan bases should start more team based memes. Unfortunately, it's easier said than done because most memes are hard to intentionally create and usually come organically. Despite this, I think it's possible to engineer a team-based meme, and I strongly recommend team marketing departments or die-hard fans to try to create more. Overall, these memes make the NBA more fun to watch and follow. Comment below your favorite NBA-based memes and like this video so more entertaining memes can be created. Thanks for watching and subscribe.